Another thing I want to talk about, again, during the Sauce days, you got your hands on some tapes with Eminem.
Oh shit, yeah.
And
infamous tapes, the old
infamous
Eminem
tapes. You want to speak on that because that became a moment in a defining moment in not just your career, but the source itself, the publication's career.
Right.
So,
right.
Number one, how did you get your hand on the tape, if you don't mind speaking on it? But number two, how much did it cost you?
Okay, great questions. So, I'm in Puerto Rico, and while the whole beef's going on or whatever, we actually went and did our homework on M. It was like we was like 2020 investigations and shit. You know what I'm saying? We really kind of want to see where he was from originally and to just really do his homework on who Marshall Mathers really is. So, we found out where he lived, where he grew up. And then I think I was in Puerto Rico filming this movie, and I was doing something in Puerto Rico. Anyways, I was in Puerto Rico and I got the call from Dave. He was in the office saying that it was 3 white kids that came up there with the tapes. And I was like, what? He was like, yeah, it was the Eminem's they call it the racist rap hour tapes. I was like, oh, really? I said, man, I jumped on the next thing smoking. Met with the guys. It was like Maddox and I don't know the other guy's name. I just was like, man, where's the tapes? How much y'all want for it? I didn't even want to have no comments. Dave wanted to hang out with. How much you want for the tapes and where they at? So they had been trying to sell them already to Irv Gotti and them. They wanted 50 bands for them. They had tape trying to sell the tapes for over a year. They were just trying to get 50,000. I said, I'll give you 15. So I give you 15, I give you half up front, and I'll give you another half. I forgot when I give him the other half or whatever. So he gave us the tape, gave him his money. I think I gave him 10,000. I gave him 10,000, we owed him 5 because he said that they only brought one, they had another one. I was like, when you get the other one, you get the other 5. But this one had all the shit on it. So, I just felt like, I mean, we all the way, at this point, we all the way in. I mean, we done made mad songs about each other and, Jimmy done pulled advertisement, all kind of shit's going on at this point. So, we was just gearing to put, we came with the idea to shrink wrap the magazine and then put it on it because we felt like, look, let's say that I had no issues with Eminem and the tapes came out. We was the Source magazine. We were supposed to put out the tapes. Even if Benzino wasn't even around. Let's say Benzino was not even around. And then Eminem, and then the tapes come out of him calling black women bitches and whores and, using spook and spare chuck and all that shit, doing a freestyle, right? The Source would have put it out. Prez, would you agree with that? I mean, we was a magazine that we would have put the tape out. So it had nothing to do necessarily with Benzino. It's just that, I mean, it did, but they was already trying to sell the tapes way before I even think me and Eminem beefed. Eminem bounced, got around a bunch of black guys and then, got big and got rich, and then those guys were still left in wherever they was at. So they're pissed off. They trying to sell the tapes or do anything they can to smear his campaign. One of the dudes killed himself, but that was gonna happen regardless. People need to understand that. Them tapes was gonna come out one way or the other, regardless of if Benzino was in the picture or not. It's just that the beef was such a big beef that, it was almost like, well, let's make Benzino the scapegoat for everything, which I don't, Prez, listen, we're still talking about this shit. I try to get the fuck away from it. People still want to talk about this shit. That was a time, I felt how I felt. And, you know what I'm saying? Time goes on, man. I mean, shit, I'm 50, he's 50. You know what I'm saying?
He eventually
56,
tried
he's 50 or something, so,